Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. As we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today, where we'll be vibing out as per usual. Somehow I've managed to get a sore throat again. Kind of. It's weird because it's not like a major sore throat or anything. You might be like, is it COVID? I certainly would hope not. I don't think it is, but I suppose now you mention it, maybe I should test. But I don't. It shouldn't be. Like I should be immune. It's not been that long since I've had it. I'm pretty sure it's just a common cold, which is, well, I don't even know if it's a common cold. Maybe it was just something I ate, because I don't feel ill, I would say. I just feels like my throat just feels more like raw than it usually is. So maybe I don't know, I've been coughing too much or something. Hello everyone, right now in Fawnhallow at 6:10 p.m. on Monday, November 21st, 2022. Yeah, we're going to vibe out as per usual. Oh, you know what we could talk about? We could talk about Bluey. I said I was going to talk about it ages ago, so I finally actually watched all the episodes. Okay, just to pre-warn you, if you're clicked on this video thinking this is going to be an Animal Crossing Bluey crossover, this is not. This is my daily vlog where I'm just talk about things and I play Animal Crossing at the same time, and it just so happens that today's episode is about Bluey. Basically, long and short, Bluey's really quite nice. Is it something? And here's a distinction. Is it good? Yes. Would I recommend you go watch it? Maybe is a thing. It's kind of like if you're a parent, and you watch. Would I recommend you allow your kids to watch it? Yeah, I don't see why not. Would I recommend you watch it as well with them? Probably. I mean, I discussed it, talked about it a little bit before, but it's kind of like, instead of being like purely a kids cartoon, it's a family cartoon. So yes, it obviously is, applicable to children. A lot of time, like, children can watch it. There's nothing like, grossly offensive in it or anything. But there's also nice lessons for parents as well, I suppose, at the same time, which makes it sort of what pushes it into family category than children's cartoon. In my view, I don't really know if that's much of a distinction, because I don't even know if there are many sort of like cartoons which are children's cartoons. I'm sure there are, like maybe Gumball is or something. I don't really know. Actually no, Gumball might be sort of like a young teen sort of cartoon, because it sort of goes really off the rails, and I'd imagine. Bluey's clearly aimed at a much more younger demographic, and you might be like, why did you watch it? I don't know, go back like 3 weeks or whatever when I talked about like children's cartoons or something, because that I explained it there. Now we're just going to talk about Bluey, and basically long and short I thought it was pretty good. As I said, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you watch it, but if I was to recommend you to watch any animated show, I'd be like, you should watch Right Arcane, because that's probably more generally applicably good. Bluey, I would say, is sort of just like, it feels like a comfort sort of show to watch. It's very sort of, because it's so family friendly, not like bad things happen. I'm not going to watch it being like, oh, I hope my favorite character doesn't, perish or something. But that's not going to happen. The Bluey episodes, obviously, it's all like very, soft and safe, I suppose, in a way, but it's very like cozy and it's warm, because it's all about like showing like good relationships and like learning from your mistakes and that sort of thing, and it's very cute in a way. And honestly, the thing I think it does best is the fact that I think it actually portrays its lessons quite well. Generally, I'm not going to say every episode is an absolute like home run, but a lot of the episodes are pretty good. And there's a few absolute home run episodes. I don't know, maybe I could just like go through all the episodes. There's quite a few of them, but they are like huge benefit. They're 7 minutes long. If you take out the intro and the outro, they're probably like about 5 minutes long. So short. So it's amazing that we can get like a good amount of like short stories like done, I suppose, in that sort of sense of time. Who's my favourite character? I think this is probably where you'd expect me to say something like Chili, and I think Chili probably is my favourite character, but I gotta give a shout out to Calypso, because Calypso is such a cool character as well. It's such a benefit of great teachers, and of course Bandit's hilarious, and both Bluey and Bingo are absolutely charming children. I think if you had them as your children, you'd be like, wow, I'm like the luckiest parent in the world, because they are probably, I don't know how realistic they are. I've never raised a child. I've only been a child myself. I don't know how realistic they are. They seem, clearly everything they've done is like pre-written and, for a story beat. So everything they said is like absolutely perfect. So that's like where the family is a bit more perfect than I think the average family would be. But still, it's been very entertaining. They obviously have their flaws, and they do well, and not like, they do kind of spell out the moral, what's going on. Like, it's obviously a bit more heavy-handed. It's not like we're going to get any sort of like Pulitzers and nuance or anything like that. That's not even a Pulitzer category, but still. But yeah, it's just generally, it's nice. They have they have good, like, I suppose, dynamics and relationships, and they do it in a way which is not, it doesn't feel like particularly overly patronising, I suppose, to watch in first place, and it's entertaining enough that I can see parents, genuinely enjoying it, and hopefully the kids would understand lessons from it at the same time. So it's actually like a pretty good balance, I think, of all things considered. Anyway, episodes themselves. If you're a Bluey fan, you might be like, what's your favourite episode? My favourite episodes are probably Flat Pack and Midnight. They're both really good. I got to give a shout out to Baby Race as well. That's probably also up there. That was incredible. Sleepy Time is also very nice. It's very atmospheric. I can't remember what other good ones are, but I'm sure we'll get onto them. Dance Time I thought was quite fun. You might be like, why do you remember all these episodes? It was like 100 or something of them because they were like 5 minutes long. And yeah, it's quite easy to remember names of things when you just have a story to go with them. But Bluey is definitely the sort of episode I can see myself, if I'm just like, life is just stressful right now. Like how people go like watch Parks and Recreation for like the 60th time in a row, or, The Office or something. People have their like comfort shows. I can see this being a thing where I'd be like, I'm just going to go like watch a Bluey episode and just pretend like there's nothing wrong in the world or something. Anyway, let's actually get on to the episodes. So Magic Xylophone, fine, is what I'd say. It's very on the nose, I think, with like the lessons it's teaching. It's probably the most direct way of teaching the lesson, where Bingo just directly says it. I don't even know how she came necessarily to that conclusion, but the first thing I thought when I watched it, I was like, wow, Bingo is really mature. It's like, but what an eloquent way of expressing exactly how she's feeling. Hospital, I don't even remember that well. Maybe they just play with Bandit. I'm not even sure what the lesson was, to be honest, but it's fine. It's just entertaining. Keep You Up, it was quite a cute one. I think, most of the things, I would say the baseline of Bluey is mostly are just fine because they're just sort of like harmless fun with a little bit of a moral tie towards them in some of them. And most of them sort of fall into that category. And there are some like outliers, which are a really good one. Daddy Robot, again, was just quite a fun one, I would say. I'm just trying to, I feel like Bluey also has very quotable moments. Like, I started saying, like, in one of the episodes called, like, The Weekend, I think it was, Bingo, no, not Bingo, sorry, Bandit just goes, oh no! He's like, I want to give my wife a smoochy kiss, and I'm like, no smoochy kiss for you, and he just goes, oh no, and I've been saying it all the time now. And also there's one episode, I can't, Feather Wand, that's it, where Judy just goes, what? Which I also say quite a lot now. It's very quotable. There's a lot of good quotes for a family show in the first place. Anyway, like Keep You Happy, Daddy Robot, they're all fine. Shadowlands was meh-ish. Like it's kind of like, I don't know. The conclusion for that was like, the rules are there because rules make it fun or something, which is all just like okay. It's a bit of a stranger conclusion, I think, to an episode than I think the other ones. So maybe, if all the others thus far have been like C tier, and, I actually use a full range of a grade scale, so C tier is not bad, C tier is like fine. I would put Shadowlands as maybe like a D tier or something. It's like, I don't know, it didn't appeal to me as much. The Weekend, again, is quotable. I don't even remember. I think it's just fun. Maybe that's a B tier. I'm not going to rank all of them, I'm going to be honest. Barbecue. I don't remember barbecue. What's barbecue? Oh, it's a salad one. I don't know, it's just amusing. Fruit Bat was a cute one as well, because it's again the sort of thing where it's sort of one of the episodes which sort of peels back the curtains and gives a peer into the parents' perspective for children. Like because it talks about like Bandit having like dreams of playing like Australian rules football or whatever, and I guess it's just called footy in Australia or whatever. And then and Bluey just being like, oh, how come Dad doesn't get to play anymore? And then the mum goes, oh, it's because he's too busy working and looking after you two. And then it gives a really nice wholesome moment at the end where Bluey thanks the father for actually looking after him, and understanding about the sacrifices that that he has to give up to be able to look after him. And I'm like, oh, that's really sweet, And as I mentioned before, you can go back in the previous videos to see what I say about like family videos being like, oh, they should probably have like lessons for parents as well. It's nice. Not all of them, of course, but if they can, why not? Horsey Ride. I don't even remember Horsey Ride. That was a wedding one. I don't know. That was just like a fun one. Hotel. That was again just a fun one. Bike was actually quite a good one. This is one of the early ones. I was like, oh, it's actually quite interesting. Which is all about like the kids basically trying to persevere through struggles and challenges and overcoming them, and the lessons learned through that way. So I was like, that's quite nice. Bob Bilby. Oh, that has another quotable moment. Are you ready, Bub? I remember that one. I'm just going to say the quotes I remember them. Spy Game I actually thought it was, one of the weaker ones. It wasn't that great for me personally. But, everyone's got their own opinions, Some people will love some episodes, some people won't. It's just like Pokemon. Which are very timely as well, with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet coming out. But Spy Game, didn't appeal to me as much. I did like the moment where Bandit tried to teach Bluey a lesson and Bluey didn't understand it, and Bandit was like, oh, well, do your best, kid. Butterflies was an interesting one because it showed a much more antagonistic character, as far as antagonistic I suppose it would get in the show. But of course Bluey wants to make a much more normal portrayal, and the child you know, the child, the antagonist, I suppose, Judo in this episode she's not really an antagonist. Well, she's not like a villain. She's antagonist because she sort of like causes this tension, but she does it unintentionally. You know, you can make fair enough justification. She's the only child. She doesn't really understand dynamics between sisters as well. You know, as someone who would have a sibling. So fair enough. Yoga ball was actually a very good one. I think it was a very good one of like a good like child teaching lesson one about being able to express your own feelings or way things. How things are, I suppose, to your own parents, despite it being difficult and that sort of thing. And, you know, certainly probably a good lesson to much more introverted kids out there. Calypso, this is an awesome episode, which was why I was just like, oh, Calypso's a really cool character because of how amazingly she just sort of seamlessly weaves everything together and understands all the kids and, you know, solves all the problems as they come up. The Doctor was not that interesting. I thought, but Claw, a very quotable one. So we're teaching them life lessons and we're getting the house cleaned. Neither of those things are happening. I love that quote. And also, beep boop, Magic Claw has no children. Magic Claw's days are free, or something. Something like that. That's also a very good one. Markets. What's the markets one? Oh, that was sort of like a what goes around comes around. It's fine. Blue Mountains, fine. Pool was just like, whoa, we stand chilly. Look at her being like prepared and stuff, you know. And certainly in my heart, I was just like, oh, you know. This is why, you know, someone's got to be the boring one. Someone's got to be like, hey, we got to make sure we bring the right, you know, supplies and equipment for this, you know. No, I'm relating to a cartoon dog. Oh, that's a great quote as well from Flatpack as well. I'm not taking instructions from a cartoon dog. Anyway, sorry. Wagon Ride. I don't remember this one that well. I think it was fun. Taxi. That was quite a fun one. Beach. Oh, Beach was a really nice one as well, you know. It was nice to, I suppose, see Bluey get over her own, like, fear, I suppose. Not fear, I suppose. It's not like a huge traumatic thing, I suppose, but more like build up her own courage, I suppose, is perhaps what I want to say. I wonder if I'm going out through this with a fast enough pace. Pirates? What's Pirates? Pirates is fine. Grannies is a very quotable one. I slept on my beans. I think. Oh no, wait, no. Grannies is a flossing one. Okay, this one wasn't very interesting. I'm not gonna. This was actually one where I was just like, the moral seems weird because the moral was like Bluey asking like, oh, you know, can I be both right and no, hold on, no, never mind. I'm misremembering. I just remembered what the episode was like. The moral was fine in this one. The lesson was like, can you either be right or you you know, also like it's about basically like making concessions for the sake of relationships, I suppose, or something like that. It's like, you know, you can be right or you can, you know, be rude. No, that's not really right. Not really right way to phrase it. Basically, she's put in a dilemma where she's, you know, she's very insistent on her being right, but her being right, you know, comes at the cost of, you know, her sister's, like, I don't know, happiness in a sense. I know, me phrasing it like that makes it sound like not a good lesson, but, yeah, I think it was portrayed fine. But Creek was actually quite a fun one. I did like it. Appreciating nature and all that, but it was quite relaxing. Fairies, well, I don't even remember what fairies was, to be honest. I can't remember. Bingo's upset for some reason, so then fairies come. Work, meh. It was okay, I suppose. Bumpy Wise Old Wolfhound. That's quite a cute one as well, you know. And I'd imagine, you know, it feels like such a weird thing, like a niche story to talk about, but like kids in the hospital. But, you know, you might as well have these niche stories as well, so you can cover like all sorts of different experiences that a child might go through, because, you know, a child hasn't gone through a lot of experiences. Being able to get exposure to a lot of different stories in the first place will help them be more prepared for these situations, because you might be like, oh, it's not very often that children have overnight stays in hospitals, and at least I don't think I've had an overnight stay in hospital, but there are children who have had an overnight stay in hospital and have probably found it super scary. But maybe if they were a big fan of Blue, they watched this episode and they saw Bingo get over her own fear of, I suppose, of whatever's going on, then maybe they'd feel like, you know, brave enough to tackle it at the same time. Stuff like that. I don't even remember what the trampoline one is. It's fine. The dump was a cute one. I suppose like a lesson about, you know, I'm not really sure. Like how to phrase this. Like where Blue felt betrayed because her dad was throwing away like a drawing, but then, you know, he makes a fair justification that she does a lot of drawings and like the memories or whatever and she has is important. She can always make another drawing of that sort of thing, and now the paper gets recycled so someone else can make a drawing. Zoo was just fun. Backpacks was just fun. Adventure was quite. I'm going to be honest, I think it was quite an interesting way to tell a story, because, you know, like the way that kids like play role play and that sort of thing, and sometimes you swap roles because it's like, oh, you know, I think it should be done this way, and they're like, oh, okay, when you swap roles. It's basically the entire story is told like that. It's told of a story of like a princess like saving her kingdom and that sort of thing, except for the two characters, Bluey and Chloe, just constantly switch roles back and forth. When one plays one role, one plays another, then it's like, oh, it should be the other way around, and then they swap. And I thought it was very entertaining. I won't say it was the most entertaining episode, but I thought it was a very clever episode, like a very interesting way to do storytelling, which you can only really do through the extended medium, I suppose, of children playing a role-playing game together, right? Oh, Copycat was actually a really good episode. This was one about, oh my god, you're ill, like me. I wish we could just get some medicine and just be better as well, but I guess that's antibiotics. Copycat was actually, started out, fine. It was just like another amusing episode. Then it turned into an episode about, like, loss and death, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I didn't expect that. That was a good episode anyway. Sleepover. Yeah, that's fine. Early Baby was a bit random one. I was like, I'm surprised I suppose if anything, it shows a sort of reflection of what children are exposed to, and then the way that they deal with the things that they learn through their own like play and exposure to it. Like clearly, I can't remember the character. Like, what Indy, is that her name? Why are you both sitting on a bench like that? I don't even know what you're doing, Phoebe. Role playing like a baby being born early or something, and like clearly something that she's seen before, maybe her mother went through or something. So I thought that was an interesting sort of peer into a child's mind, I suppose, in recreation. Mums and Dads was alright. Hide and Seek, I guess, was kind of amusing. Camping was a very, very cute episode. I'm not going to be able to get through these episodes in time, am I? We're not even done through season 1 yet. Camping was a cute one. It's basically like a first romantic crush, and like friends are good, even though only some people are in our lives for only a short amount of time, and then like they go again. That's the time we had was worth it. But Mum and Dad, I don't know, kind of fine. Kids, fine. Chicken Rat. I thought that was another cool storytelling one with the sort of back and forth between two different like time periods and like the instant transitions. I thought like visually quite cool. Yeah, it's another thing. Bluey's visually for sometimes it just randomly like goes hard. Like they randomly have this very like sort of stylized, like really like close up, painterly sort of style, and then they just randomly bust it out, and it's pretty. Teasing's just funny. I would say teasing probably one of the more amusing, funny ones. I think Asparagus again, just amusing. Sean, it's fine. Daddy Put Down. I don't remember Daddy Put Down. Oh, I remember Daddy Put Down. Dad, how does a baby get in the mum's belly anyway? That's a great one. Madonna Santa, doesn't matter one. I'm going to be honest. Dance Mode, very entertaining one. I thought. Oh, very fun, entertaining one. Part of me wants to learn the dance for really no apparent reason. Hammer Barn, I guess it's kind of funny. Feather Wand, kind of funny. What? I said art squash, fine. Hairdresser's fine. Stumpfest is fine. And I like the way they portray things which are clearly like adult jokes, but like in a way that kids sort of like through a kid's eye lens, right? Like in Stumpfest, the two mums are clearly sort of like quite tipsy, quite drunk or whatever, and just them showing it in a way, in sort of like a kid friendly way, is very funny. I don't even remember favourite thing. That's a difficult one. Daddy Drop Off's fine. Bingo, Rug Island, charades. Sticky Gecko, I thought was quite an amusing one, just like the constantly ramping tension and showing the parents with their flaws. That was a cool one. Dad Baby, very quotable one as well. Except I can't remember any quotes. How does the quote go? Oh, something about stretch marks. Bandit Healer. Trains, I don't remember Trains. Mum School? It's fine. Very cinematic shot of a balloon being released at the end. How long have we got? 2 minutes? Trains. I don't even remember Trains. Oh, Trains also had some very nice transitions between the train stations. Army was a cute one about like a child and ADHD and feeling different, and showing that he's not worth less than anyone else. Fancy Restaurant was cute. I think I've forgotten how to do love or whatever the quote is. Piggyback. What's Piggyback? Piggyback was a cute one. It was sort of just like a one shot sort of episode. The show had a very interesting scene, I thought, when like the balloon burst. Wait, hold on. Bingo had a balloon under her t-shirt pretending to be pregnant, and then the balloon burst, and then like there's a very small moment where Bandit just like holds Chili's hand, where it's just like, whoa, that's probably an adult joke there. Or not, adult sadness is not really a joke, I suppose. Tickle Grabs, meh. Escape, what's Escape? Cute Doodle style, Doodle Bob style. Bus, it's cute, probably. Oh, it was a grandma's back. Queen, it's fine. I don't remember else. That was Flat Pack, again, a fantastic episode. I thought about like the episode of like growing up and then like passing over passing over through old age is what's basically happening through that entire thing, and seeing like a child grow up, and and eventually like her parents going to pass away, and she's going to join them someday in some sort of thing, but the acceptance, and but living the life well lived because of it, I suppose. Helicopter's fine. CV Time, an absolutely adorable one about like a mother's love, and and the child and the relationship between them, and like it's told in a very sort of like whimsical, fantastical way, which is why I like it quite a lot. It's also rated 10 out of 10 on IMDb, which is insane. Granddad's cute. Now it was only yesterday was about one. Seesaw's fine. Movies, fine. It's just monkey singing songs. That's also a very good quotable one. Library's meh. Barky Boats is alright. Burger Shop's meh. Circus is alright. Swim school's meh. Cafe. I mean, when I say meh, I don't mean like bad. I mean they're fine. Cafe Postman. Okay, well, Cafe Postman, Quiet Game, Monkey Jocks, Double Babysitter was quite a cute one. A lot of adult sort of like related things about why do you only have 3 friends? Why don't you have a wife? Bad Mood, Octopus. Octopus was a nice one to see different perspectives, parenting styles. Midnight, as I said, is a very cute one. It's just like wholesome relationships. Muffin Cone, something about like how easy it is to restrain yourself from doing something. Kind of Duck Cake was a very cute one as well. It's about like doing nice things for people just because you should, and because because not because you like it, but because people doing nice things are nice people. Handstand Road Trip, fine. Ice Cream, amusing. Dunny, meh. Typewriter. I know, it's got Calypso in, so it's great. Baby Race was fantastic. It was so adorable. Some of a mother's perspective. Christmas Swim, Easter, I don't know. Perfect, cute. Bedroom. Bedroom is very cute. Obstacle Course, meh. Promises. Omelette. Promises Omelette was alright. Born Yesterday, who I thought was quite amusing. Mini Bluey had... Actually, I've got to say this. Mini Bluey has the weirdest conclusion, I think, to an episode. Where Bandit says something basically along the lines of basically the sisters are pretending to be each other, being like, oh, 2 bingos, I could get used to this, and Bluey's obviously upset, being like, oh, what, my parents don't even want any of these, and that sort of thing. But they don't really address that. But most of the other episodes, when the parents make a mistake, the parents go like and re-apologize properly, and then we have like a heartwarming moment. But this one, it sort of like skips it out for some reason. It just sort of like ends on a joke, which is I guess funny, but it's also like nah. I feel like it lessens the impact of a moral story, but whatever. Unicorns, funny. Curry Quest, again, cute, heartwarming story about, I don't know how to... It's not lost, but like being separated, I suppose, from a parent for a while, that sort of thing. Magic was entertaining. Chest, another heartwarming one. Sheepdog, redemption of Wendy. Morning, Wendy. That's a good one. Housework, just fun. Pass the Parcel, it's alright. Explorers, I don't remember this one. Oh, he gets lost. This is kind of funny. Phones probably, I would say, is one of the... I was not as interested in that episode, but, whatever. Pavlovas is kind of funny. Rain, another very sort of whimsical one along the lines of Sleepy Time, which I thought was very funny. Not funny, amusing. No, not amusing. Good. Pizza Girls. I'm speeding through. We're over time. This is how committed I am to Bluey, apparently. Pizza Girls and Driving. Oh, no, Driving I quite liked as well. Maybe I just like Chili as a character, that's why. Tina was alright. Another very sort of like parent lesson, isn't it? Whale watching, they're hungover. That's quite funny. Family meeting. Courtroom parody, I guess. Facey Talk is alright. Ragdoll, amusing. Bandit being Bandit. Fairy Tale. What's Fairy Tale one? Oh, that was a cute one as well, wasn't it? A real life fairy tale. Musical statues is alright. Stories. I don't remember this one. Oh no, I vaguely remember. I don't remember what it's about, to be honest. Puppets. Good meta joke at the end, apart from that was meh. Turtle Boy. Oh, Turtle Boy had a deaf child in it. I remember that. And they did sign language. I thought that was cool for representation once. Onesies. Oh, I forgot to mention this. This is actually one of my favourite episodes as well. It's so sad. But it's so, like, heartbreaking. It's basically about Chili meeting her sister again. And her sister is basically, in fact, can't have children for whatever reason. We don't know why exactly. And the difficulty and the way it strains her relationship, because Chili can have children, and seeing Bingo, of course, and seeing her children is, of course, very difficult. Doubly more so for the fact that Bingo basically looks exactly like Brandy. Oh, I was just like, I'm watching it, it's just like, oh my god, my heart. Tradies, amusing. Granny Mobile, it's a Granny's, it's funny. Space, I don't remember this one. Well, Space was a very interesting one. Like, I want to talk more about it, I suppose, but I don't have time. But it was an interesting look, I suppose, into sort of like the childhood experiences and being able to work through their own sort of like traumatic, I suppose, memories. And I'm not sure traumatic would be quite the sort of strength I would use for these sort of things, but it's interesting seeing Mackenzie go through it. Smoochy Kiss, what was this one? Heartwarming, Dirt, cute, more Wendy redemption, Decider, fine, is what I'd say. And then season 3 is not even finished yet. Apparently there's another part of season 3. I don't know why season 3 is split up into 3 parts. But anyway, there you go, Bluey. Long and short, it's an entertaining episode. If it sounds like your sort of thing, watch it. If it doesn't, I wouldn't say you need to go out your way to watch it. Maybe wait until you're a parent or something, then maybe you can watch it. But probably there'll be other, family cartoons around that sort of time. But, it's just nice. It's cozy, I suppose, is what I'd say as a show. And a surprisingly good animation for a family cartoon and that sort of thing, The animations are certainly very smooth, but sometimes I'm like, whoa, I just randomly go, whoa, that's a very smooth animation. Anyway, so if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't know. It's sort of like in the My Little Pony category for me, where I'm just like, watching it gives me a sense of nostalgia for something I didn't, nostalgia for childhood, is perhaps what I'd say. But it's not obviously going to be like life-defining or anything for me. But anyway, I'm going to round off this episode here. So if you haven't watched it, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Your likes, comments, discussion, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me Dear Darling Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.